Today is Sunday, December 28th. Time is around 2:15, 2:16. Got the Flight Feather Kingfisher, BFS reel, got the Handing Magic L, and this time I'm gonna try these trout magnets. So more BFS fishing, and well, let's see how it goes. I did bring the proof ball, and I've got another means now to hopefully get pictures because I brought my other phone, another phone here, so I can get these pictures and maybe get these things measured on the fly. Not sure if we'll be able to get it out here because coverage may be limited, but let's give it a try, okay? Over here I had some bass the other day that, well, they were on the line and temperatures are still in the 70s, 80s, but we are gonna drop temps tonight, so I'm figuring maybe get one more last round of some fun warm weather fishing before I gotta shift back over to some of that cold weather stuff. So get a cast in. I'm just going to test it out, and I think I need to adjust the brakes a little bit, or maybe yeah, I need to adjust the brakes. I've got it set pretty good, but it's kind of pulling to the left, still to the left, so ooh. All right, so I've got this set for 1/16 ounce rooster tail from yesterday, so I've got to make that adjustment, so bear with me as I make that adjustment. And the key thing here is really getting it dialed in initially. Look at that, already got a fish. Nice little bluegill, or no, a little bass. First fish of the day is going to be a bass on the trout magnet. I'm going to get them on the proof ball here, and right there, but I'm also brought my other phone, so I can get a visual of this baby here. So see if I can get a picture of this guy. Okay, touch and hold. Okay, so I've got the camera standing by, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take pictures with this phone, and later on I'll get the fishy picture of it on the app. All right, so let's just capture this baby right there. Right, I think I gotta get a better view of it here. Actually, here I'm gonna shift it over. I'm gonna get a hero shot of yours truly with this guy. How about this? Let's see. Okay, now let's see if I can get a better shot of him here. Nah, let's just go back around the other way. Maybe if I do it this way. Now, how about this? Man, this is hard with two hands like this, one-handed here. Let's do it this way. Okay, all right, and let's get him in the picture in this manner. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so first fish of the day is going to be a little bass, okay, on the trout magnet, and I'm still dialing in the dealie here. So see if I can get it dialed in. All right, well, dang, first cast, I got one. All right, so I think I need to crank up on the deal here and give it a little bit more weight, and then I'm gonna cast it out. Okay, that's better, but I don't like this. Okay. So what that tells me is I need to make an adjustment with that brake, as well as, well, actually no, I think I need to do more on the spool tension, because let's get that spool tension tightened. It takes me several casts before I actually get it dialed in. Usually it's a whole different game. 1 gram trout magnet versus a 1/16 ounce rooster tail. Let's dial it in just a little bit more. Okay, that's going good, but again, there's that, so I'm gonna crank it up a little bit more, and I'm gonna bump the brakes again, and this time I'm gonna play with it, okay? I mean, the big thing about these trout magnets is, especially with the wind, you gotta be really careful on how you make these adjustments, because it will definitely backlash on you. But what's nice is once you do have it dialed in, especially with this Kingfisher, it is not a problem getting some pretty decent cast on it. All right, let's go bring this guy in. A pretty good cast on that too, with that little 1 gram trout magnet. All right, maybe I'll get a hit hand lining it. What do you think? All right, so yeah, you definitely have to tweak it, and with the wind, you know, facing into the wind versus going the other way, it can really mess you up. The other thing that I do with these BFS reels, fishing light gear like this, is I will definitely fish less line, so you really don't need much line on there. And what that does is allows me to get through these backlashes fairly easy and get them undone and whatnot. So this guy's pretty beat up though. I think I used him the other day, and yeah, he's pretty beat up, but we'll get him back on. Okay. Actually, now let's go ahead and swap this guy out. I've got a fresh dealie here, but let's go ahead and get this on here. So hope you guys are doing good so far. One little bass on a trout magnet. Did a little proof ball on it, that little round ball that you can use to measure out how big a fish is. And from there, I'm hoping that we can get more. So right now, one little bass, but we just started the session. Probably give it an hour or so. Oh no, bad knot. Trying to do an improved clinch knot. So let's get that baby on there. And so trying to take advantage of one more day before we hit the below freezing temperatures. What a difference a day makes is going to make a big difference here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex here in Dallas, Texas. I'm in the city of Allen fishing a pond here in the city of Allen. It's a series of ponds, Bethany Lakes Park. And the other day I came out here yesterday and had a fun time catching these guys. Let's go with a pink trout magnet. Here's the trout magnets that I'm using. And the main thing I'm doing at this point is I'm trying to get it dialed in. I normally use a lighter pound test, but I've got 6-pound test right now. Normally I'll go with 2-pound, okay? But right now I got 6-pound test mono, high-vis mono. I don't like that. I want to get it right in that, right about there. Let's see. No, I don't like that one either. Let's see, let's get it right here. I'm trying to get it right in the middle where that split tail is. Okay, there we go. All right, that's better. There we go. Trout magnet. And had some backlashes going. So just want to get it started. Do a light cast. Got it set at 18, 20. Okay, that'll work. All right, we'll get a few more casts in before I get it to where I may have to make some adjustments. All right, several ways to fish a trout magnet. You can fish it with these little jerky movements like this, or just a steady retrieve. We'll try both. I had one viewer recommend doing the twitchy twitch jerky motion like that, but we'll just kind of play it by ear. That steady action right here, this right here got that little bass on a moment ago, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, I think I got somebody on. Hot dog and sandwich. Oh man, there's a bunch of folks on. Hey, how's it going, guys? I just started. Got one little bass on the trout magnet, but you can see how I'm casting a 1-gram trout magnet right here, which is less than half the weight of a 1/16 ounce rooster tail. And I'm fishing little trout magnet, just basically looking for something to strike. Okay, just taking advantage of one more day of warmer weather while the next front is supposed to arrive this evening. So got to bring in the plants and everything because we're supposed to get some possible below freezing temperatures here. Okay. But hey, we're here right now, and let's see if we can get some bass to strike. Okay, just a steady retrieve. I think over here the other day I had some hits. You see that? That's a pretty good cast on a little 1-gram trout magnet. And I am using 6-pound tests. Normally I'll use more of a 2-pound test when I'm fishing these light trout magnets. I kind of don't want to switch out my line. And yeah, it's dialed in now. I can get some decent casts with it without worrying too much of a backlash. Still got to do some thumb education, but yeah, that's part of the business. Okay, let's move. Let's run and gun it now. All right. Just gonna pop it out there and just keep working it. And let's see if we can coax a fishy to strike. I'm using more of the bubblegum pink color. Bubblegum pink. Don't have to cast too far, but I do have the capability of getting out there using the. Oh, there's a hit right there. Little bass. Using the ultralight Magic L Handing L rod. Howdy, howdy. How's it going? Cayos Tacoma, Shone, Southwest Florida. Howdy, howdy. Appreciate you guys joining today. Just having a little fun with the 1-gram trout magnet. Look at that baby cast. Loving this. Straight out the box, okay? I don't use as much line when I'm fishing this. You can see there's barely any line on here. What that does is give me a little bit more leeway in a lighter spool because there's not as much line. I am also casting with the wind, so that's helping me out. I had one little bass, and I had another one just hit a moment ago, but it looks like he got away from me. All right, so let's keep walking it. Running gun, running gun. All right, let's come walking over here. The other day I saw some bass as well as some little bluegill. I'm hoping I can coax maybe a 1 or 2 of these guys to strike. All right, there's a hit right there. Oh, he had it. Oh, he had another hit. Slow retrieve. Let's go pop it out again. It's going to be these little guys, but hey, it's expected with these trout magnets. There we go. But you do get a bigger one, like This one feels a little bit bigger. Oh, he's actually taking out line. Nice. Yes. We got a jumper. Jumper City. Nice. Loving it on the trout magnets. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's bigger than that little guy that I just released. Okay. Tell you what, sometimes when you're hitting a heavily pressured pond, these little trout magnets can do the business. Okay, look at that. Right there. Second bass of the day, Trout Magnet City. Let me pull out the fish ball, proof ball is what it's called. Okay. All right. Proof ball is this thing right here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a picture of it so I can get a measurement of how big this baby is, and I'll use my other phone. Okay, so I'll use this other phone that I got. If I can just figure out how to get it. Okay, let's get a good shot of it here. Okay, right there. Look at that guy. All right, yeah. You too can catch these guys fishing ponds in your area, and this is a little 1 gram trout magnet. I did catch like a 4 or 5 pounder last year just on this particular one. I was using, I believe a white trout magnet, but hey, you gotta love it. Gear I'm using again, just to reiterate, because I get asked a lot of questions, is I'm using the Flight Feather Kingfisher right here. 1 gram trout magnet straight out the box, no modifications, using a Magico handing ultralight rod and 6-pound high-vis strand mono. And that 1 gram trout magnet, got a little junk in the trunk on this one, so let's clear that out. And one rule of thumb about fishing these light lures is, look at that rod tip. It's 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters, I think, is like a rule of thumb when you're talking these ultralights. And this baby, I've liked it for a while now. I've had this one in the 6-foot version as well as the 4.5. We got some folks joining. Howdy, howdy, how's it going? Looks like a beautiful day. Oh yeah, I'm in Texas, correct? Yes, aloha from Hawaii, outstanding. Yes, I'm in Texas and I'm enjoying this short sleeve weather. I'm in shorts right now. I got my Sperry's on. I'm just kind of enjoying the day, knowing that we have a cold front that's going to drop the temperatures 15, 20 degrees. I believe we're actually going to hit the 40s, if not into the 30s. So bummer, but you saw that one, okay? And I'm going to stick with the steady retrieve. Had a couple of hits with some smaller ones, and then that bigger guy hit. All right, and I don't have much line on it. Probably about maybe 50 to 60 turns of line. And I did have one bad backlash, but I was able to recover from it. And the main thing is just trying to get it dialed in, making sure there's a hit right there, little bass. Just trying to get it dialed in to handle the lighter weight, because I was using a 1/16 ounce trout rooster tail yesterday. 1 gram trout magnet. It's the same one that I used for, get what? All right, I'm gonna bring it in slow. Had a couple of hits on some little bluegill and bass here. Let's see if I can coax them to hit again. All right, and one thing I do say, and I said that yesterday as well as in past live streams, is make sure you finish the cast, okay, or the retrieve. So as I'm bringing it in, I've had it before getting hits as close to the rod tip at times. So I'll be just bringing it in like this, and then bam, I'll get a hit. Okay, so finish your cast when it comes to these trout magnets, or actually finish your cast when it comes to fishing in general, because yeah, I've had it before where these guys are just right there. Okay, all right, but I think maybe that one that I caught kind of spooked everybody. All right, what else is going on here, guys? Okay, Birmingham, Alabama. Nice. I'm back from Peace River. Sure miss my boat. Bummer. All right, well, I got the boat, but it's a kayak and a John boat, and this time of year I tend to do more cold weather fishing, rivers and ponds like this for stock trout. Really, this is like a plus for me right now, basically getting oh, look at that bad cast. Bad wind on me, backlash, I mean. This can be very quirky with the wind, okay? Especially fishing these 1 gram trout magnets. But the main reason why I got this baby was because, shoot, well, I just blew it up. This is bad. What happens is when I'm doing the back cast and I hit something behind me, I'll just get a huge bird's nest. And I hate it when this happens. This has happened multiple times in the past. That's the main reason why I fish the 4.5 foot version versus the 6 foot, because I tend to side cast more, but I also tend to hook up with stuff behind me. So it's gonna be an ugly one. This may be a hard one that may be tough to get out, but hey, let's see if I can recover this since I don't have much line on there. I might be able to tweak it out of there, or at least get it enough to where I can get cleared enough, or maybe even have to retie. Because, yeah, so what happened is I cast behind me, bam, I hit the ground, and boom, big backlash. So, but I tell you what, this thing can handle 1 gram trout magnets, and as long as you kind of play by ear, pick it out, and kind of pick it out. And since I don't have that much line on here, I could probably still salvage the stream to where we can keep going. All right. But sorry, but man, it was a good start. I had a couple of hits, had the one little bass, had a bigger bass hit, and I've done this with bigger lures as well as these ultralights. Is I cast behind me and I hit that ground. Guess what's gonna happen? Right here, this baby right here. All right, so I'm gonna keep picking at it. If you guys want to drop off, certainly do. I'm just gonna keep going and see if I can recoup and check back here maybe. Hopefully I might be off here in a moment. Okay, all right, I feel it starting to loosen up. Okay, just kind of slowly pick at it, go back and forth, make sure I can get some of these loops undone. But yeah, I hooked into right there, hooked me a nice big leaf and everything, and big time backlash. Even when I had it dialed in, shoot. But hey, that's the nature of these live streams, you know. I can't fake it. That's it right there. In real life, as they call it. But I did get a nice bass. I'm really interested in how big it is, especially since I got it on that proof ball. And I got my other phone so I can get maybe an on-the-fly look at how big that fish was, because it was actually a pretty good one on this guy. All right, oh, this is ugly. This is very ugly. Okay, I got it right here. Okay, and again, it's one of the main reasons why I don't put as much line, is I can hopefully recoup from this quickly, or if I do have to pull the line, I don't lose as much line as I normally would if I had some of that expensive braid. I do use that Yuzuri super braid on another combo that I use, and it's worked out well for saltwater fishing. It's a 20-pound Yuzuri super braid that is equivalent to a 4-pound mono. So it's thinner than this 6-pound mono that I have on right now. Okay, I'm starting to feel it to loosen up now. So we may be able to salvage this. And I do understand if you guys got to move on, because who wants to watch somebody pick out a backlash? All right. Oh man, it really blows though, especially when I was getting a good bite in. Okay, all right, I've got it loosened up. The main thing I'm doing here is I'm moving the line here to get the loops spread out. And okay, and then I'm kind of feeling for the line coming loose and picking at it. All right, and slowly I can feel it coming loose. If not, I'll just back off from it again and pull back. Okay, all right. Now, worst case scenario, I just cut the line and just start over. Oh, that wind's picking up on me now. Woo! All right, but it's the perils. I gotta really pay attention to my back cast, or when I turn back and cast behind me, because I know I fished this one spot where there was a little slope and whatnot, and I definitely hooked into that. And then another one where I hooked into some brush behind me, and that really blew up the bird's nest. And then the other one was when I was fishing the coast, and I blew up when I hooked into another line that I had, another pole where I had the line hanging off the pier, and I definitely hooked into that. So that was a bummer there. All right, but this one's certainly becoming a bummer right now, because I'm trying though. Bear with me. All right, let me walk it up here. Just pick it out, slowly pick it out. It's like patience here. Okay, pick it out and feel it loosen up. Pick it out, loosen up. Okay, you can feel the wraps. There's gonna be a certain point where you feel it come loose really good, but I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not feeling it. This is one of the ugliest ones I've had. And it usually happens when I hook in to something behind me when I'm doing that cast. Okay, so let's kind of pick at it. All right, man, such promise. Okay, and it wasn't the fault of the reel. It was yours truly yanking back and grabbing on to hitting the ground behind me. That is what did it. Okay, all right, so at some point I may call it and just pick at it till I get it loose enough, and then I'll clear the line and just or at least salvage what little line I have left and keep fishing. So at this point I'm just going to pick at it, see if I can loosen up just a little bit more. Okay, and then we may call it. Yep. All right, this is it right here in real life right here. This is one of the brutal parts of fishing these bad backlashes. I'll go ahead and cut the line. Okay, I'll make sure I salvage this part of it here, make sure I can get my lure back. All right, and let's see if I can recover in real time as quickly as I can. And I may just have just a little bit of line left, a little bit. It may not be much at all, but it'll be certainly enough to at least maybe catch a few more fish before I have to call it. Because I kind of do these quick trips during the week like this, mainly because, right there, let's get that. All right, mainly because, hey, sometimes you gotta fish when you can. Sometimes you can't fish every day, and you kind of just go for it when you see an opportunity. Okay, I've got more line tangled here, so let's go ahead and clear that out. And because I'm using this BFS style stuff, I really don't have to need much line to keep fishing. If I do get a bruiser, it may be kind of brutal, but hey, that's the way it is. All right, shark guy reported. What happened here? Backlash, no fun. Oh yeah. Cut it. Yep, I'm doing it. And then use 10-pound tests. I don't think 10-pound would have made a difference here. All right, so let's go ahead and pop off. Get this baby. Wonder what the reported one is. Someone doing some craziness in the chat. It's kind of a bummer, you know. I think some folks kind of like doing these live stream chat things and kind of popping off and whatnot, but it does have like an AI deal to it to kind of moderate for you, so that helps. But it certainly helps when other folks are on telling folks to, you know, be normal. No one really is too concerned about your chat, if you know what I mean. Besides, it's a fishing channel. Say something about fishing. That's the key. All right, so here I'm just going to pick it out now. And one of the key things about fishing on the fly like this is you get to see it. Normally, if I was doing my normal long form videos, I'd cut all this out. But since I'm doing a live stream, you guys get to see it all. See me recover from it, hopefully, in at least a quick enough time that I can get back to fishing. Okay. All right, so here I've just kind of picked out some of the loops, and at some point I'm going to have to find the end, but hopefully I can get most of these loose ends off. Okay, so there's one loose end there. There's another loose end. Okay. All right, I'm starting to feel it come loose. At this point, I'm just kind of peeling off the cut ends. Okay. All right, let's see if I can locate the let's see, right there. No. Okay, let's do it. Snip, 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 snip. Okay. All right, here's another piece I believe I can cut off here. So yeah, very promising. Had that decent one on, bottom to the line, or got them landed. Hopefully I can get a decent measurement with the proof ball, and then we'll be back in business here in a moment. Okay. All right, just kind of picking at it now, seeing if I can feel for it. Okay, all right, almost got it, I think. I can still feel some of the lines or the loops under. And I'm probably not gonna have much line left, but we'll play it by ear. Okay, it's coming out now. Okay, I can feel it. There we go. Got some pieces coming off now. There we go. Whoo! Let's see how much I'm able to salvage after all this. Okay. Almost. There's that one. Look at that. Found the end. Oh yeah, I maybe have a short cast worth, but I'm gonna use it. I can use that still. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy relined. Well, like I was saying, is usually when I am learning one of these bait casters, I will use less line, and this one I had my thumb pretty much educated. Just I hooked into the back behind me. Hit the ground and boom, city, bird's nest city, big time. All right, now I'm just kind of relining it here, putting it through the rod guides. It's got these little micro guides, definitely an ultralight, and I got lucky. I got these online. They may be harder to come by. I did put some links in the stream if you want to see more details on it, but I do like this little ultralight. In this case, it's the 6 foot. And like I was saying, I do have the 4.5 foot version also, and I tend not to hit the behind me as much. All right, look at that. not much line at all. I probably have enough to cast maybe 20, 30 feet, no problem, and give it a little bit of play, but I think that's enough to at least keep going. And who knows, if I get another backlash, it'll just make it that much easier to get it undone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doing an improved clinch knot here, and we'll get started here shortly. All right, well, let's see if I can still catch something with just a salvage deal of line. Okay, and I'll definitely watch my back cast more, or when I cast it, because bummer, hooked into that. Okay, what do we got? I hate bird's nests. I actually do too. Holy bird's nest. Oh yeah. But hey, I think we're back in business. Let's see. Okay, we are. Look at that. There's not much line at all. Oh, I didn't put it through the guides. Shoot. I'm gonna have to go do that again. Dang it. All right, in real life, you're seeing it all. Certainly would help to have it go through the line guide. Got all excited that I got it loosened and undone from that huge bird's nest. That's one of the ugliest ones I've had. Okay. All right, let's just get it through there. I think I fished this before on another reel where I forgot to put it through the line guide, and I actually fished it for a good while, and luckily I was still level winding it back on, because I do fish these Penn Squall 15 surf casting conventional reels that don't have a line guide. You have to use your thumb, and kind of was using my thumb on the fly without even noticing it to lay the line onto the spool in an even manner. Yeah. Whoa. Bad one. All right. Bear with me. Got loose on me. It's trying to do this on the fly. You get to see it live. Bird's nest and recovering from a bird's nest. And oh man. So we started out with a bass, a couple of more hits, and then another bass. That second bass was actually a decent one. Put a nice bend in the rod. And then yours truly hooked into the ground. All right. Let's recover. Okay, we'll go ahead and pinch off that knot. I think we'll be back in business here in a moment. Just bear with me. All right, what do we got here? Hate bird's nest. We all do that. Oh, yeah. All right. Just hate doing it on a live stream like so. But, hey, nature of the business. There's no editing here, and that wind is starting to kick up on me. The front's supposed to arrive sometime today, and it's going to drop our temperatures in the 40s, 30s, 40s. Basically dropping us down 20, 30 degrees, and actually have to bring some of the plants in to keep them from getting frozen. I got some hot peppers and some herbs and whatnot that I use to cook some fishies and different recipes that I like using. There we go. All right, and I got it dialed in here. Wind's kicking up. Let me get a cast in. Wind is kicking up bad. Oh, look how much line's left. I think I can fish it though, if I can get out of this wind. Let's move down a little bit. All right, that didn't take too long, did it? All right, let's walk it over here. Let me cast with the wind. Okay, steady retrieve. See if we can coax Mr. Bass, Mr. Bluegill to strike on a 1 gram trout magnet. Okay, 1 gram trout magnet. Steady retrieve. Wow, that wind is really strong. Got me a leaf. I'm gonna cast with the wind. Well, at least I can not worry about backlashing too much with... Oh, there's a hit. There's a little hit. Yeah, I'm taking it all the way to the knot. All right. Well, hopefully I don't get any big guy on there that may snap me, because I can definitely get spooled pretty easy with this amount of line. That's on a leaf. A lot of leaves. Holy cow. Okay. It's going to make it harder to cast. Let's go back around this other end. Was it 3 o'clock? Okay. I think I got about another 20, 30 minutes before I have to call it. Hated wasting all that time on doing that backlash though. Howdy. How's it going, guys? Let's move over here. All right. Whew. Not much line at all, but at least if I do have a backlash, I won't have to worry too much about it. There's a fair amount of people out here today. I see some folks over there at the lower pond. Okay, here I'm gonna kind of stack the deck, and I'm gonna stand where the wind is behind me and take advantage of that wind, because right now, casting in the wind may be a little bit rough right now. And again, I don't have much line since I had that backlash. Man, fountain's getting some spray on me here. Stand behind this tree. Maybe it'll block it just a little bit. Go cast back in here. Okay, short retrieve. A lot of wind. Holy cow, a lot of wind. There's a tap, small tap. There's another tap. Could be those little bluegill popping at it. Okay, little bluegill. There's a hit right there. He's on. Feels like a little bass maybe again. Oh yeah. Little bass. Trout Magnet City. All right, there we go. fish number 3 this round. Let me pull out the other camera, see if I can get a video. Not a video, but the, call it the proof ball. It's supposed to measure it using AI. So I'll get it measured. I'll probably post a follow-up video to this one showing what I caught. But you pretty much hold it like so, get it into the video picture, and I should be able to get him. There we go. Get him measured. All right, this is the proof ball. I used it the other day, but I had some issues with the app. It acted up on me. I ended up losing some of my catches, so I reset it, and hopefully going forward it don't do that, because bummer, I lost some pretty good pictures there. All right, let's again. Bad cast. Wind took it. It's very quirky right now with the wind. I'm casting crosswind right now. Let's see if I can get it out there. Look at that bad backlash, but we'll just pop it out. I got the line tangled. Pretty tough with this wind. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can get another one of these little guys to pop it. Come on, there's a tap. Little taps. This fountain is messing with me. Getting all wet. I feel like getting wet. Man, it's coming this way now. All right, let me get a quick cast in before. Oh, nope. It's gonna get me. Oh, it's getting me. I'm feeling the sprinkles on me. Okay, it's a monster. Oh yeah, it's a bruiser. All right, let's see if we can coax another one of these monsters to strike. Little 1 gram trout magnet. Just kind of popping it out. Okay, all right, got some junk on that one. Let's pop it over this way. I guess I can be a little bit more aggressive knowing that I don't have to worry too much about the line tangling up on me, since I don't have any line on there. Look at that. There's hardly any line. Okay, but I guess it's do or die in this case. Oh, look at that. Something just popped over here. Something just popped. Maybe I got another bass to hit it. Okay, nope. Okay. All right, nope. Trout magnets are pretty fun, I'll tell you that. Okay, all right. I'm gonna let the wind take this. It's really just taking that trout magnet, moving it fast. All right, let's get up here. Here it's really shallow. A lot of times you can catch some of these little guys as they're, oh, right there. Shoot, he had it. Little guy had it. See if I can get him to hit it again. Jeez, that was probably another one of those little monsters. Oh, I hit the ground again. Look at that. Bad backlash. It's the one thing about having the longer rod is you do have to watch that back cast, because I tend to come back behind me and bang, I just hit the ground again there. That's why I usually go with, I usually prefer that 4.5 footer, but I went with the 6 foot recently just because, well, it's just been sitting over there on the rack, and I figured, hey, oh, there's a hit. Nope. Sitting on the rack, and I'm like, hey, you got to use these things. These guys aren't going to fish themselves, you know. All right, I'm just going to go and work it quickly since I messed up earlier and wasted time on a backlash. There's one on right now. Little guy. Little bass on trout magnets. Cool beans. And go grab the proof ball so I can get the proof in the pudding. And grab the other phone. Let's get this baby started in here. And I'm hoping I can get some decent pictures. Let's get a better view this way. Oh, look at that guy. Look at that guy, huh? What do you think? Got me a bruiser. I think that's 4 bass now. Biggest one we'll have to go and measure online, but yeah, I'll post a little follow-up shorts video showing what I caught today. And this is that 1 gram trout magnet, Handing Magico rod, and the Magic Handigo rod, White Feather Kingfisher, 6-pound Stren, high vis mono, and really, there's no need to really twitch it. It's just really just cast it and reel it in slowly, and the fish seem to be doing the work. Let's go back on this side. There's a lot of leaves over there, so let's go over here. The other day I had some bass striking it right over here on the other side of this spot. We got someone on. Howdy. Bye. I have to go. All right, cool. Thanks for joining. Right here, there were 2-3 decent ones kind of lurking here, toying with my feelings. So let's see if we can convince them to strike today, if they're still here. Come on. Oh, there's a hit. There's another one. Wow. And it looks like this slow, steady retrieve seems to be working well. Okay, just like this. Don't really have to do it any jerky movements or just fast twitches. It's just really just kind of bring it in like this, and they're hitting it. There's a hit right there. Little bluegill hit it. Okay, and you can see how it's just kind of casting out, no problem. Okay, come on, let's see it. Let's see it again. There's a hit right there. He's on. Oh, that's a little bluegill. Look like a little bluegill. I'm watching behind me now, making sure I don't hit the ground to get another one of those big bird's nests again. That was brutal. Okay, there's a hit. He's tapping it. Okay, something's biting me. Some bugs biting me. There we go. Let's do it again. Another slow, steady action. Steady retrieve. Come on, pop it, pop it. Pop it. No. Okay, let's go further out. Okay, look at that. Almost to the end here. Only reason why it's hanging up is on that one knot here where the, in fact, I'm going to go take that knot out here. I think it's coming up underneath it. Yeah. Okay, I think I can get an extra cast or two if I can get underneath that knot out of the way. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go in. Yeah, ooh, I'm taking it all the way to the knot. There's not much line on this. All right, I guess as a starter when you're first learning one of these, maybe it's probably a good thing just to not put much line on there. If you do get a big bruiser, okay, yeah, he breaks you off, but these aren't very big, or you know, I've caught a decent sized catfish with it, but they're not really meant for big fish. All right, let's go over here. Oh yeah, that's casting nicely. It's basically do or die. I'm basically casting to the end of the line, and I probably have, well here, let's go check it out. I'm gonna cast to the end of the line. Okay, we'll walk it out. Okay, right there, no line. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I think about 13. 13 maybe? I got some junk on it. Let me clear that. Let's do that again. I wanna make sure how much line I think I have 10 turns of line on there at least. So let's just go ahead and cast it out to the end. Okay, walk it out. Okay, there's no line now. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Basically 15 turns of the line. That's what I'm fishing on this. Casting it out by maybe 12 turns, and I got about 3 turns left, so it's really do or die at this point. You either get them on and it rocks, or you break off. But hey, I'm not backlashing anymore. All right, let's go back over here. Oh yeah. All right, let's try this. Let's try over here. Got a lot of ducks in the pond. Just kind of bring it in slowly. Look over there. These guys are really abbing at it. Okay, let's go back this way. Stick with a steady retrieve, slow and steady. Come on, slow and steady. Come on, come on. I guess that's one way of getting your thumb educated. Just don't put much line at all on there. 15 turns and that's it. Hook into a good one, bring them in fast. He spool you, he spools you. It's like gambling, you know? All in, I'm all in. Texas Hold'em, I'm all in. Okay, let's go back over here. All right, this is a shallows area that can be pretty tough at times because it's really shallow, plus you got all these brush up close. Let's see if I can get at least a cast or two in without getting hung up. Okay, there we go. All right, that one went all the way to the end. Okay, oh, but got hung up on a leaf. Well, got hung up on something. Something just moved over here to my right. Just kind of walk over there and kind of cast in that general direction. Okay, you're just gonna keep reeling it slow. All right, it's pretty cool. I got my polarized glasses so I can see sometimes when they are striking. A lot of times I'll see these little fingerling bass-like guys. Right there's a tap. There's another tap. Okay, there's fingerling bass as well as some of these bluegill popping at it. I'll just kind of bring it in slow and steady. There's a tap. Ah, man, must be little guys doing little tap taps. Okay, no takers there. All right, let's go across over here. All right, see if I can cast with the wind again. Oh, we got folks on. Okay, all right. Well, we got a fair amount of people on. Hey, appreciate you guys joining. Why no line? Well, I just backlashed, and all I have is that. But I've also done that in the past where I've only put like 50 turns. Right now, there's only about 15 turns. Not much line at all, but I certainly can yank and crank it without having to worry about backlashes as much. I mean, the main reason why I do it is I want that lighter spool, especially when I'm fishing these trout magnets. Every little bit counts. Casting a 1 gram trout magnet on these ultralight bait casters can be challenging. So Every little bit helps. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get something to strike over here on this end. Okay, nope. Let's work our way around here. I'm gonna take advantage of the wind. The wind is gonna be coming in from my right, and I'm hoping I can use the wind to help me get my cast out there too. Mind you, I don't have much turns of line, but I think I got enough to at least play and hopefully get another bass. I've already caught 3 on this shorter line, so it's up to me at this point to hook into these guys. All right, come on, guys. Let's do it. All right, let's cut over here. Okay, and there it is right there. And I'm using the proof ball. And earlier I had that really bad backlash. Look at that right there. That's that really bad backlash. I just stuck it in my pocket here for now. And we'll just get a cast in. Look at that, hardly any line. Steady retrieve. See if we can get a little, there's a poke. He's on. Oh, he was running with it toward me. Okay, we got some action going. Let's see if we can get some more action. All right, steady retrieve. Trout, Magnet City, do your thing. Let's try back over here. Okay, steady retrieve again. I'm just gonna bring it in. There's a tap. Very sensitive, so I can feel that tap. I can also see my line, reacting to the strike. Everything helps. Let's do it again. Okay, I'm gonna just stick with that slow retrieve. They seem to not really want any twitchiness. It's just basically just bring it in. They hit it. All right. Okay, nothing there. Oh, we got someone on the chat. Howdy, howdy. I am the same guy that commented in live. Do you remember me? Oh man, I don't know. What did you have? What were your comments that you have? Any new stuff? All right, here we go. There's a tap. Man, I'm getting taps. Tap, tap, tap. Let's go back over here. Oh, over there. Got a bass kind of running in the shallows right now, it looks like. Maybe I can coax one of them to hit this thing. This does look a lot like some of those little fish fry that they could be feeding on. Okay, it's right here. All right, let's go back across. Just came right in those shallows and chased something. So pop it out a little bit here and kind of work it in close. Stand off from the bank. Maybe I might get a strike from out here. All right, standing off about maybe 8 foot away from the bank right now. Casey may be in the shallow, maybe not. But let's keep trying. Let's pop it out again. Okay, steady retrieve. Let's see it. Come on. Okay, I can see that a little trout magnet moving. All right, I just saw something kind of move over here in the shallows. There's a hit right there. He's on. He's on. Nice. Basalito. All right. Love this stuff, huh? This is fun. Okay. Yeah, you'll get a bunch of these little guys, and in the mix, you'll get a decent one. So far, I've had one decent one, I guess. But hey, these certainly are fun to catch. You know what I mean? These are certainly fun to catch. Let's get a video of that, baby, or a photo. And what I'll do is I'll go on the Fetchy app, whatever the app is, right here, and it'll go guesstimate what the size is, and I'll post a little follow-up YouTube shorts of today's catch, showing what I got and what the app is saying the size of these fish were. And I think the biggest one was, oh, there's another hit. Biggest one was the second bass I caught. And then soon after that, though, I had that bad backlash. I think I may just keep 15, 20 turns of line going forward, knowing that I'm going to be fishing this one mainly with the trout magnets, because I do have those other BFS rods and reels that I could fall back on. There's a hit right there. Shimano Corrados. I can use them to be the mainstay for fishing my other heavier lures. Once you have this one dialed in, you shouldn't have to mess with it as much. All right, so I'd had a 1/16 ounce on there the other day, and then I shifted to this 1 gram trout magnet, which is basically a less than 1/32 ounce. Oh man, that wind just took that one. All right, let's keep going. Wind is kicking up. Maybe that front's coming in. All right, say goodbye to the short sleeve shorts weather. Like right now, I'm wearing shorts right there here in December. All right, normally I'm wearing a lot warmer gear. Okay, take it into the shallows. Let's see if we can, oh, got a leaf. Pop it over here. Tell you what, I am more aggressive with my casting, knowing that I hardly have any line on there. Okay, there was another tap. Okay, another tap. Let's see if I can get him to hit it. There he goes. Ah, that one I saw the line move when he hit it. Man, okay, they're here. They're active. Maybe it's them being active before the storm hits or before the front comes in. Certainly is getting windier. Might hear the wind noise behind me. Okay, all right. Let's just work it in. Come on, fish. There's one. Oh, he's bigger. Got a bigger one. Nice. Yeah. Oh, he threw the hook on me. I had enough line on there, but he threw the hook on me. That was a nice one. Jeez. I gotta take a breather on that one. Holy cow, that was a nice one. Did you guys see that one? Hope you guys did. At least I got proof that I had something big on. Okay. Man, tell you what, these 1 gram trout magnets can be very dangerous in these highly pressured ponds. Wow, and he barely hit it. He took it, he struck it, and I fought him, and I really didn't think he was that big up until I actually saw him in the water, and I was like, oh, that's a little bit bigger, and fought him pretty good, but he jumped on me, and I would say user error. Classic, didn't keep enough tension on the line, and guess what? He would throw the hook on you. All right, so he certainly would have been bigger than that one that I caught earlier. I think he would have been the biggest one for this trip. I got some junk in the trunk here. Let's move on down. All right, but that's fishing. That is fishing. Okay, now got hooked onto some leaves. A lot of leaves blowing in the water. Okay, here's a gap right here. Just gonna let it kind of coast along. Wind's really kicking it around. I'm mainly just keeping pressure. There's a hit. Keeping tension on the line as it moves through the water. That wind is really knocking it about. Okay, let's go back this way. Okay. Wow, that was a nice one. Holy cow, that would have been a great one to have on camera, as well as a little grip and grin shot of him on a photo. Jeez, threw the hook on me. Well, at least my knot didn't fail, and even though I only have 15 turns of line, it wasn't because of not having enough line. It was basically him throwing the hook. Okay, I'm gonna work it in close. Okay, let's keep working it. All right, what do we got here? You gotta let them get tired. Oh yeah, you gotta let them get tired, but you saw how quickly that happened. Plus, I'd only have 15 turns of line. But I do notice over here that you can usually work them pretty quickly. There's a hit right there. All right, there's a hit. He's not as big as that other one, but he counts. All right, tell you what, these trout magnets can be dangerous on these little fishies. All right, we go and pull out the old Fishy Tech Power Proof Ball. Yeah, that's what it's called, a proof ball. So you pretty much hang it up like so, and then you gotta get a picture of it. There's an app for it, but I don't have the app up right now. I mainly just got to get a picture. So I brought my other phone with me. Brought my other phone here with me to get these pictures, okay? And hopefully I'll be able to post later on how many, what today's catch was. I call it today's catch. Today's catch. And today's catch, I think this is bass number maybe 5 or 6. With the biggest one being, I'm a guess, and we'll confirm it later, probably about 1.5 pounds, maybe close to 2, maybe. The one that I just lost probably would have been a 2. So, but hey, let's let the app tell us what it is. Okay, not gonna guess. Oh, there's another hit. There's another hit. Okay, little guys. All right, certainly try these trout magnets out, because you fish a heavily pressured pond. There's about 10 other guys out here right now, maybe 15. And action-wise, I'm not seeing much action at all. And what I notice is downsizing your gear, in this case, ultralight bait casting, but you can do ultralight spinning. Bottom line is just basically use 1/16 ounce or lighter lure. And there's a hit right there. And in the case of this trout magnet, you'll be amazed at what'll strike it. Doesn't mean you're gonna get these little guys. I mean, you saw there, I lost a decent one. And I think a year or two ago, I caught a 4 or 5 pounder on a trout magnet fishing for trout. It was that time of year last year, I think it was February or whatever, where these guys wanted to still strike on these little lures. All right, okay, just bring it in steady. All right, come on, let's feel it, let it sink a little. All right, let's go back around. We'll start where we came from, and we'll finish off the stream there. Really appreciate you guys coming out today. It's always been fun for me to just kind of get out there, do some fishing, get some engagement on the live stream, and get some call outs and whatnot, and answer any questions you guys might have. So let's see, Small, you got to get them tired, said hi, I'm a big fan, awesome. You guys are awesome here. This is fun for me. This is like, you know, you do these live streams, you can show folks what you did, they can ask questions, and throw out maybe some advice as well, because, hey, I'm not an expert. I'm an avid fisherman, and I certainly listen to folks calling in some tips. In fact, that's how I got started. Bait finesse style was this baby right here. Someone suggested I try fishing it. Look at that little bluegill and bass in the shallows. Pop it in here real quick and just kind of work this area before we call it. Maybe we might coax one more to strike right over here in this one quiet area. All right. Okay, we'll work the wall. Maybe something's lurking over there. Over the years, I fished this pond 25 years now, and it is definitely sedimented over. It used to be a lot deeper in places. Now you can see how shallow it gets. The last time they dredged a pond here was the pond that's down this way over there by the recreation center. I call it the lower pond because it is the lower pond of the four that are here. It's the lowest one where everything kind of flows into before it goes out the creek at the other end where the dam is. Yeah, that's the last one that was dredged. Oh, there's a hit. Little blue, or a little bass. So we can coax another one to strike. Yeah, so the temps are supposed to drop tomorrow. So this may be the last warm weather stream that I do. After that, it'll probably be more trout fishing related, especially when they stock up some more of these local ponds in the North Texas area where I'm at. Really different. We went to one of the ponds when it was what was it, this past couple of days ago or whatever, and yeah, it's different fishing a pond where temperatures are in the 70s, 80s, and you're still getting these trout. Kind of, they were following the lure, but they weren't really striking. It's kind of weird. Normally you get these guys, they're really active and they're popping away at it. All right, I'm not getting anything here, not getting any love here. Let's pop it out this way. Start walking it a little bit. See if we can coax one more, and then I'll call it. Okay, there's a tap. There's a tap. Ah. Very light tap again. Okay, they're here. Just gotta convince them that they need to be on end of my line here. Wind got that one. Let's recast it. Let's see. Oh, wind's picking up really strong now. Let me see. I'm seeing some folks in the chat. Okay, do you have carp in your lakes? Yes, there's carp here. There's carp. There were some really nice koi out here. These two big ones. I haven't seen them in years. Real pretty white one and a real pretty orange one, but I'm sure they either died or someone caught them. All right, let's see if we can get one more before we call it. Come on, there's a tap. Man, light taps. Let's go back down this way. Go back over there where I got that one earlier. Maybe there's another one lurking there. Still bummed about that one that I lost. That one was a decent one. Yeah, it was a very decent one. Oh, a lot of leaves here now. Howdy, howdy. How's it going? All right, let's pop it out. Okay, I got some leaves here. Let's see if I can get through those leaves. Coax another strike. Bring it in close. Nope. All right. Throwing it right where all these leaves are, so I'm hoping I don't get snagged in them. Okay. There's a hit. Man, there's a hit right there. Oh. Okay. They're tapping it. Definitely helps having this light gear like this. Howdy, howdy. How's it going? Hello again. Waylon, Thomas, Waylon. Howdy, howdy. Do you ever fish the bottom on a feeder? Bottom on a feeder. Not really in these ponds. Mainly do this ultralight stuff as well as fly fishing. If I do fish bottom, there's this one other pond here that I like going for catfish. Yeah, and there I'll actually use a bread ball and hand line it or take some center pin gear and basically no weight, and I'm casting out and letting look at this big backlash casting into the wind like this. All right, but luckily I don't have any lines, so I can recoup really quick. All right, let's go back here. Too many leaves there. All right. Yeah, so right there is where I had that big blow up earlier. Big blow up. Did my setup to cast and hit the ground behind me, and huge bird's nest. All right. So here I'm just gonna do my last stand right here and see if we can coax something to strike, and then we'll call it. All right. All right. The last stand. Let's see if we can get one more. Come on. There's a tap. Very light tap. There we go. Oh, man. He had it. Oh, let's do it again. All right, I'm going to walk this out. Okay. All right. It's getting tough with this wind, but I'm going to kind of try casting with the wind and see if that helps. Stick with this slow retrieve. There's a hit right there. He's on. Okay. Mr. Basilito. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Oh yeah. Trout Magnet City. You know, he's kind of beat up, but let's go grab the proof ball. Let's proof it, baby. So yes, check back later. Average Angler Life channel. I will get a YouTube shorts out showing what I caught today. Showing what the measurements are using that Fishy Tech app and this proof ball. All right, so let me bring up the camera. Having to use two phones to do this because one is for live streaming and the other one is for this right here. All right, and let's get a capture of him. There we go. Actually, let's get out of here in the shade. Right there. Okay. Nice. This is fun. This is fun. All right. Oh, that wind is kicking up. I think that front's getting ready to hit us. And I definitely have to bring in the plants later. But before we go, we got to cast again. I got to cast again. Gots to. Okay. All right. It's getting a little bit harder to cast because of this wind, but I'm going to cast with the wind and walk this out too. There's another backlash, but luckily I don't have any line, so lost all of it basically when I hit that ground earlier. Yeah, getting really tough here. Let me move back up here. Okay, let's try out here. See if we can coax one more to strike. Okay, all right. Let me bring it in slow. Had a little tap earlier in this direction. See if he'll do it again. There he goes. Ah, jeez, holy cow. He tapped it. Could feel it. Could feel that tap. Bring it in slow again. All right. One more. Let's go. Take it out. Let's get all that line out. Okay, it's the slow and steady. Come on, slow and steady. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, all right. I'm gonna move down just a little bit and give it another cast. And I think at that point, I believe I'm gonna call it. Got some honeydews to include bringing in the plants. There's a hit right there. Right there. Yeah. They're not bruisers, but they sure do make the outing fun. We'll go and do another grip and grin Fishy Tech shot. I will get them on the camera roll, and hopefully I can get a video or a shot of him. Okay, all right. What do we got here? We squeeze ground bait around the bomb and place the hook, and oh yeah. I forgot. It's one of my carp rods where I have that little feeder thing like you're describing. I've done that where it's like a mix of some bread, cornmeal, and some other fishy goodness that the carp and catfish like. Done that. Bottom feeders. I forgot what it's called now. I got two of them that got in the this one cabinet where I keep all my gear. But I haven't done much carp fishing lately. Been really hooked into this BFS fly fishing stuff, so I do have the gear. Just, you know, what do you do when you got a bunch of gear? You gotta kind of cycle through them, and I guess I have to cycle through it at some point. There is a couple of places here that you definitely should give it a try if you're going for carp in Buffalo. I am thinking about maybe doing one of these river trips over there on the Trinity and see if I get some of those bruiser gar using some heavy gear and see if I can get some of those big guys, because I did hit Denison Dam one year and I had one straighten the hook on me. Nice size gar, and that was certainly a fun deal. And yeah, I think that would tie me over until I make another run to the coast, going for some more of those sharks and saltwater fish. So I definitely love saltwater. That's where I first started fishing. There was a hit right there. Okay, another little basalito. Looks like the bite's on for these little guys. Basalito. So yeah, if you're not able to see the whole live stream or you want to catch up on what I did today, stay tuned later. I will get a shorts video out showing what I caught today using this little trout magnet and taking advantage of using this app to capture the moment. In this case, the Fish Tech proof ball to measure out the fish. And I think the largest one is going to be that second fish I caught today, right before I had that big bird's nest blow up. All right, that was fun. Let's go move one more down, and yeah, I gotta keep casting one more time. Let's see. I just feel like casting a little bit more because, well, they're still biting, you know? Still biting. There's a hit right there. They're still biting. Little guy got off. We moved back a little. Oh, the wind took that one. Big blow up, but here, this is a good thing about having no line. Look at that. All right, there, I'm clear from the backlash. I'm in a line. All right. I lost it all earlier. Yeah, you want to see where my line is? It's right here. When I had that big blow up, and it's basically like the one guy said, just cut the line and move on. I gave it a good go, but it was like, yeah, I need to cut the line. All right, let's just yank it out there and see what happens. Okay, steady retrieve. Wind is taking it. Watching that line movement. A lot of times I'm seeing the line react to the fish striking before I actually feel it. Other times I am feeling the strike since I am using this ultralight bait caster rod that is very sensitive. It's surprisingly sensitive. It has one of those like 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter size tips. It's very thin to the point that I did break another one, my other rod, when I had a snapback, when I had a snag and I was pulling back on the lure, and it snapped back and hit the rod tip and I broke it. There's a tap. Okay. Let's see if we can close out the stream with one last go. Okay, one last go. Let's see if we can do it. Who's gonna be last fish of the day? Last fish of the day. Let's see it. Come on. Is it gonna be this one right here? Right there. There's a tap. Oh, nope, he dropped it. That wind is really pushing it. Let's go back this way. Okay, very windy. Get in. There's a hit. There's another hit. He hit it and I missed him. Let's go back this way. We'll let it drift a little. Wind is really kicking up now. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's windy. All right. They said we were gonna get maybe 20, 30, bad backlash. 20, 30 mile per hour wind gusts. I think that's more like the 20s right now. All right, let's go back here. Bad backlash. Okay, all right. Let's do one more cast this way. I think I'm gonna have to call it at this point, but let's just do one more cast. I had that one nice one throw the hook on me. That one probably would have been the biggest one of the day. Oh, no, wind died down a little bit. Let's get a cast in real quick. Okay, slow and steady, bringing it in. The wind's picking up again. Yeah, I think I'm at to call it. All right, well, appreciate you guys coming. I had a really great time. Here's the gear. Flight Feather Kingfisher, fishing a 1 gram trout magnet on a Handy Magic L rod right there, 6 foot. This is the trout magnet. I started out with I think like a chartreuse, and then I went with the pink, and yeah, it's some good stuff, man. All right, appreciate you guys joining today, and until next time, we'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing. Stay tuned for the follow-up short showing the different fish that I caught today. All right, all for now. Take care.